Hey, what's up guys, Bajheera here, bringing you another Tera video. Now all this footage was from an awesome guild event that we did, warmed up with some duels, and finished it off with an insane arena battle against some of Tera's strongest monsters. But before we get to that, I gotta announce our winner of the signed prop shuriken, Lina. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, thank you for joining my guild, and congratulations. I'll be getting in touch with you soon, so we can send this awesome shuriken prop out to you. Once again, with all these Tera videos, huge shoutouts to En-Masse for sponsoring these. It's been a blast playing Tera with my guildies, and I really appreciate them hooking you guys up with some sweet giveaways. So, getting down to the gameplay, what you're seeing right here, like I mentioned, is just some duels, warming up with my guildies before we get started, battling some monsters. And my impressions of the ninja class initially in PvE were pretty much spot on to the way you play in duels. You're extremely mobile, very, very fast attacks, and I feel like I was very much in control of a lot of these duels. Obviously, my gameplay needs a little bit of work, but this was a lot of just experimentation with how I wanted to battle in PvP. And basically, the two main combos that you learn in PvE were pretty effective in PvP as well. The two main combos that you're going to see me using involve teleporting behind my opponent and dashing in, dealing some pretty insane damage with a quick flurry of devastating strikes. The second combo is going to be what you saw me use just there, which offers me a great chance to disengage from my opponent, creating some distance while also knocking them up in the air if they're unfortunate enough to stand within the AoE. While they're knocked up and I've created some distance, I'm able to unleash a flurry of damaging throwing knives just to help me stack up a little bit of damage. Once my opponent starts moving towards me or uses their gap closer, I'm able to teleport behind them, catching them off guard, and dealing insane combo damage. Once again, the combo system within Tera is really, really fun. And even though the game does have suggested orders in which you would use your moves to form a combo, you do have plenty of room for creativity in the way you use your abilities, which leads to some pretty exciting and oftentimes flashy PvP. Now, dueling as the ninja class, as I mentioned, is a lot of fun, and I very much felt in control of just about every single one of these duels. And when I did find myself in a pretty sketchy, low health situation, I definitely felt like the ninja's toolkit allowed me to turn things around. So if you guys are looking to play some Tera and are wondering what class to play, I would definitely recommend giving Ninja a try. Of course, there are links in the description for you guys to check out Tera for free if you want to. Also links to the En-Masse Twitch channel so you can see more events like the ones we participated in this video. So huge thanks to everyone that I got a chance to duel. It was really fun seeing how all the different classes behave in PvP, but I'm definitely happy to be playing the Ninja class. So, to get down to the event itself, this was absolutely insane. What they did is they took me and a ton of my guildies, and we got all placed in this arena, like one by one, and once we were all in here, they began spawning some of the most insane monsters that Tera has to offer, like 20 at a time. Fortunately, we all had leveled up to at least 30 or so, but we also had some max level characters in there, so even when the lower level characters would get one-shotted by the higher level mobs, we still had a couple people in there who could carry the squad. So I was mostly just running around, dipping and dodging, trying to get damage in where I could, but using my ninja mobility to avoid attacks as well. And it's good to get that practice in now, because even at max level PvE, from what I've heard, ninjas aren't an especially tanky class. We have a lot of mobility, and we're supposed to use it. If you get hit, it's gonna hurt. And if we got hit in this event, it definitely stung. A lot of these mobs can absolutely one-shot you, so making use of the ninja's fast attacking, hit and run offensive combat style was definitely something I had on my mind in this event. And even though there are healers, fortunately, in Tera, it's a huge deal to make sure to pay attention to the boss's telegraphs and get out of dodge while you can. Obviously, the ninja is going to be trying to avoid as many attacks as possible, but there are other classes that can make use of blocking mechanics. If they don't have the mobility to get out of the way, at least they'll mitigate some of the damage. So even though there are healers in Tera, it's definitely up to you to try to make use of your abilities to avoid as much damage as possible. And obviously when they're spawning 30 mobs in at a time, it's hard to avoid damage completely, but I think that hectic atmosphere really added to the fun of the event. And one of the fun things was, this whole event took place on multiple servers with different guilds on the server. So while we were in the arena, there were some of the bigger, more hardcore guilds all watching on as, you know, level 30s, kind of new to Tera, just scurried around trying not to die. I think that was pretty funny for them to watch, because it was definitely a blast for me to play. That being said, I'm pretty sure that our guild, Bajheera's army, did not do that bad. We slayed wave after wave of monsters until they finally spawned in this bad boy. And now, from what I understand, this guy right here is probably one of the strongest monsters that players are going to encounter in the game. And we put up quite a fight, but in the end, this big boy got the best of me. Just as I ran in and tried to get some damage done, he unleashes a roar that one-shots me and a ton of our party, so this guy's not messing around. Hilariously enough, they spawned in another one for the heroic members of Bajheera's army that were still alive and kicking. Now, as much as I would love to get in the arena and battle these horrible demon monsters, I think I'll just go ahead and sit outside and throw some darts at them. I think that'll be fine. And then when the more persistent and powerful members of Bajheera's army were unwilling to fall to the double dragon demon force, they spawned in another insane monster that definitely proved to finish off Bajheera's army once and for all. This was such a fun event, and I'm so glad to have been able to share it with so many of you guys. Hope you've enjoyed these Tera videos, and if you have, make sure to click the links in the description. Check the game out for free. Huge shoutouts once again to NMAS for sponsoring this video series. It's been a blast, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it as well. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Peace!